UK Prime Minister Starmer, French President Macron, and of course Pakistan Prime Minister Sharif with utter contempt. It was pure bullying with an attempt to make these leaders look weak, diminished, small. They were all lined up on stage and summoned by Trump to sing his praises. You will remember those pictures. They came from Sharm el-Sheikh. Prime Minister Modi decided to stay away from this cheerleading squad despite having been invited to Sharm el-Sheikh for the Gaza peace talks. Trump couldn't have failed to take note of Modi's absence. And now he's getting back. He's so desperate to get a chance to upstage Modi, like he has upstaged other world leaders, that he's cooking up facts in the hope of making him look weak. After his claims about stopping the India-Pakistan war, Donald Trump now claims Prime Minister Modi told him that India would stop buying oil from Russia, suggesting a surrender by Modi to Trump's diktats. Remember, Trump and all his colleagues in government have been threatening Modi and India with stopping the purchase of Russian oil. Otherwise, they've said you risk sanctions, more sanctions. Viewers, now Trump says Modi has agreed. Listen.
He's assured me there will be no oil purchased from Russia. I don't know, maybe that's a breaking story. Can I say that? Would you say? There will be no oil. He's not buying his oil from Russia. It started. You know, you can't do it immediately. It's a little bit of a process. But the process is going to be over with soon.
Viewers, that claim might grab headlines, but it's also false. It's a lie. And the facts tell that. Let's break down the facts for you, viewers. And on this show, I always emphasize the facts so you can get closer to the truth. First, viewers, first of all, the Ministry of External Affairs has come out and clearly said, quote, "We are not aware of any conversation between the two leaders today." Trump had mentioned that Modi had told him today, that is, viewers, our early morning, that India will no longer be purchasing Russian oil. The MEA says to safeguard the interests of the Indian consumer in a volatile energy scenario, our import policies are guided entirely by this objective. What objective? To put India first. Listen into this, viewers.
See, on the issue of energy sourcing, we have made a statement. This was put out in the morning today. We would request you to look at that particular statement for the questions that you have. On the question of whether there was a conversation or a telephone call between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, I am not aware of any conversation yesterday between the two leaders.
Viewers, it's very clear. India has clarified, the government has clarified. In short, the message is that India buys oil based on national and consumer interests, purely on those two aspects. Now let's look at the data. The data is the best answer to Trump's lies. Before the Ukraine war, let me jog your memory. Russian oil made up barely 0.2% of India's imports, viewers. Just 0.2%, bear that number in mind. After 2022, so after the war begins, that number jumps to 35 to 40%, saving India an estimated $17 billion through discounted crude. Because what Russia did, viewers, it was immediately sanctioned, it dropped the price of crude, and India started purchasing from Russia. If Trump were right, those numbers should have collapsed by now. That 35-40% should have come down to 2, 5, 7, 8%. But just September, viewers, last month, Russia was still India's largest supplier at 34% of all imports. All our oil imports, more than a third, were coming from Russia, viewers. State-run refiners cut purchases, this is true, by 45%. But private giants bought 1.2 million barrels per day and more than made up for the cutback by the state oil companies. This means that in October 2025, India will import roughly 1.8 million barrels a day from Russia, which is more than the 1.6 million barrels it imported in September. All these facts don't indicate that Modi has promised to stop the purchase of oil from Russia, that he has in any way compromised with Trump. But while India has exposed Trump and he's failing the fact test, the India bloc is amplifying his lies. Rahul Gandhi has come out with a charge. He says the Prime Minister allows Trump to decide on oil purchases. He goes on to say that the Prime Minister sends congratulatory messages despite snubs from Trump. The reality is that Trump dialed Prime Minister on his birthday and vowed to boost ties. It wasn't the Prime Minister who was wagging his tail. Rahul Gandhi says he cancelled the Finance Minister's visit to America. The reality is that Nirmala Sitharaman cancelled visit after the Pahalgam attack. Viewers. Rahul's charge is that Prime Minister Modi skipped Sharm el-Sheikh summit in Egypt because he's scared of meeting with Modi. The reality is the Prime Minister skipped the meeting. It was strategic to counter Pakistan. It didn't want to be seen on a stage supporting anything that other countries were doing out of blind faith in Trump. Viewers, Rahul Gandhi says that Modi doesn't contradict Trump on Operation Sindoor. The reality is that in Parliament, Prime Minister Modi said Pakistan begged for the ceasefire. Viewers. And he in fact narrated the same sequence to Trump in a telephone call, the transcript of which has been made public and not denied by the United States. Had the India bloc applied some common sense, they would have observed that above and beyond all else, there's Trump's own record which contradicts him. Remember the 25% punitive tariff his administration imposed on India for buying Russian oil? Now, viewers, if Modi had truly promised to stop those imports, wouldn't Washington have rolled the tariff back? It didn't. Those tariffs were imposed precisely because India refused to bend, because under Modi, New Delhi didn't sacrifice national interest to please the United States. India still buys Russian oil, viewers. It's also increasing US imports, but that's diversification, not surrender. We're just going to go wherever we get the best price. It's as simple as that. The question is, has the India bloc so desperate, has it become so desperate that it now needs to piggyback upon the falsehoods peddled by foreign leaders, especially one as habituated to lying like Donald Trump? Viewers, let's open this up. Let's not waste too much time. I want to first bring in the experts to talk a little bit about this. Sushant Sareen, let me ask you a simple and straightforward question. How probable is it? How probable is it? I put out some data. You could say that I'm selectively cherry picking because I know that a lot of people will say that. But how probable is it that Prime Minister Modi would have picked up the phone, spoken to Trump and said, look, I surrender basically our interests. We're not going to buy even a drop more from Russia. Does it even make economic sense? Can you even do it overnight? Can you even give it a timeline? Can you explain to viewers why this is perhaps an improbability? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Look, people need to understand how the oil economics works. India was pretty quick to buy Russian oil, not because we wanted to fuel the war in Ukraine or bail out Russia. We bought Russian oil because we were getting it on the cheap. If the Arab world or other oil producers were giving us oil on the cheap, we would not have gone to the Russians. And by going to the Russians, what we did was we helped stabilize the international markets. Again, that was not by design, but that was the default, which is how things turned out. Because otherwise there would have been a massive oil shortage in the markets. So I think the MEA has made it very clear that we are buying oil from Russia because we get the good price. If tomorrow the oil economics of buying oil from Russia does not work out, we won't buy oil from Russia, we'll buy it from some other supplier. But the Americans can't keep telling us where and from whom we should buy and at what price we should buy our oil. Incidentally, we did succumb to it once when we stopped buying Iranian oil. But this time, I think you have to draw a line in the sand and say that this far and no further, because tomorrow you'll tell us, don't buy oil from Venezuela because I have a problem with them. Don't buy oil from 50 countries because I have a problem with them. Well, I have a problem with you, flirting with Pakistan. Why don't you listen to me at that point of time? So I will keep my options open. I don't mind buying Saudi oil tomorrow if the Saudis are giving me a better deal and the economics of it works out. It's as simple as that. So I don't know what this hullabaloo is all about. People are being rather disingenuous when they keep talking about the kind of stuff they are talking about, especially the leader of opposition. Did he want that the Indian Prime Minister go to Sharm el Sheikh and stand in a line like students and be treated patronizingly, obnoxiously by the American president like all the others were?
Yeah.
All these so-called world leaders from Britain, from France, Pakistan is a third-rate country anyways, but all of these guys were treated so shabbily. Like, who deals with people in this manner? Would they want an Indian Prime Minister to go through that? I'm glad that the Indian Prime Minister, realized and he dodged this bullet. But the fact of the matter remains, you cannot deny the fact that America is a very important market. It's a very important country. But there are limits to how far we can go with them. And finally, the simple fact of the matter is that, look, we want a trade deal.
Yeah.
There are terms and conditions on offer. But I would be extremely wary of, it's okay if we can divert some of our oil purchases to the United States, provided the economics works out. But I don't think this is the time where we should be buying any kind of defense equipment from the United States.
Yeah, I mean, that's a larger conversation. You're absolutely right about that. I mean, look, we've got, and look, I mean, the fact that we don't have a trade deal 9 months after Trump had begun the negotiation process tells us that obviously we've put our foot down. We've drawn the red lines. It's obvious that we're not surrendering. That's why we still have that 25%.
Allow me a sentence. See, one thing you have to also understand about oil, the composition of oil is extremely critical.
That's true.
There are some there are some refineries which are built to cater only to a particular kind of oil.
Yes.
There are other refineries which can deal with more kinds of oil. Now, if the price, if the Russian price or the other price, the differential reduces, it's not sometimes economical for, say, an oil refiner or an oil company in the state sector, which does not have refineries which can process Russian oil in a more economic manner. So they will divert the oil purchases.
And let me also, on that point, let me also tell our viewers something. In just a few months, and Abhijit Iyer Mitra can bear me out on this, the European Union is going to be imposing sanctions on products, on petroleum products made from Russian oil, even fertilizers. So even a secondary market will shut, and India will have to start looking perhaps for other sources of oil. There'll be a natural flow to that. But I'll come out to you, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, in just 30 seconds. There's also big news breaking that President Trump is actually having a conversation right now with President Putin. He said, I'm speaking to President Putin right now. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, if everything was all hunky-dory in one way, if we had all settled this issue and Putin was obviously quaking in his shoes because he's no longer going to have a market, and that $15-20 billion that he was making off India to make his own weapon systems look impressive and good and blah, 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 and finance his war. If all that was happening, I don't think these conversations would be happening right now at the instance of Trump.
So, look, if India has told Mr. Trump this, I welcome India telling Mr. Trump this. You see, there's nothing like flattering a little bit of Trump's ego. Now, I want you to look at the chart for Russian crude. This is not Brent crude. This is the chart for Russian crude. This is from May and this is from September. You see, the prices of Russian crude spiked enormously.
Yes.
Which is why we changed our tack and bought less Russian oil, more Saudi oil or whatever oil. Right? And this is what we do because our purchase of Russian oil is linked to its price being at a certain point. Now, if to massage his ego, you have to tell Trump that, we stopped buying Russian oil, all thanks to you. Very good. Array, this is excellent. In fact, if you remember, I was the one criticizing Jaishankar on your program a few months back for not for not thanking Trump for the ceasefire. I think we could have massaged his ego even then. So now, if I've told him this, I think my personal advice is being taken by the Prime Minister's office. Very, very good. This is an excellent sign. See, this is how you never tell different people different things in international diplomacy.
Yeah.
But you do butter all the people all the time in international diplomacy, because contrary to popular opinion, candy gets you everywhere, sticks get you nowhere. So this is number one, very good. Second, we need to understand, as per the prices, now that the prices of Russian crude have again dropped rock bottom,
Yeah.
our Russian crude will go up again. Let us wait for the October purchase prices to come. फिर दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा.
Exactly. Judge national interest, viewers, and who's serving it by the decisions that are taken eventually on the economics. Kapil Madan, you should know this better than anyone else. Fine. If tomorrow we have to move away from Russia because the price discount has decreased to the point where the advantage you gain from buying Russian oil is $1, might even still be worth it, but maybe you have to refine it more, this, that, the other, and the cost effectiveness goes, we can go somewhere else. What's the big deal?
So
But
Rahul,
my worry is not that you're applying common sense. Your bosses are not applying common sense in the Congress party. They
No,
are
let me-
applying the logic and everything and anything that they hear from anybody without even questioning those people. I mean,
So,
look at
you
the
know-
kind of crude, viewers, to use the pun, the crude cartoon that has been put out, and I'm going to show it to you, of a quivering Modi. Exactly. I mean, that's the logic Abhijit Iyer Mitra is talking about. A quivering Modi, diminished,
Can I?
You just
dwarfed
can
by
I
Trump,
quickly-
who is barking
can-
from the top, and Modi
just
shaking.
need
That's the kind of, just let's pull it out. Let me ask the director Saab to pull it out. But yes, Kapil Madan, look at the numbers.
Yeah. Let me just
Can
give
you
you a
see
very,
there
very
is a
quick
direct
response,
correlation?
Madhav.
Yeah, one sec.
We've all seen how our honorable Prime Minister have been making public posturing of his personal equations and relationship with Mr. Trump. I mean, you can't deny that it is there available in the public platform. There was a event at Houston. We did, Namaste.
That was
Trump
7
event
years
in
ago,
India.
6 years ago.
Hold on. 5 years, not 5 years. 2020, Trump was here. But let me just, make my point here. Now, when we have a situation where he is, trying to, make statements which are incorrect, I am with the government, and I'm saying, if Trump is making statements which are incorrect, now is it not? Is it what is apparent from there? What is apparent from there, the public posturing of personal relationship between Mr. Modi and Mr. Trump was all false, or Trump was playing with us. Trump
Listen,
was playing
you're
with Mr.
talking
Modi
about
back
the
then also.
relationship
Hold
between
on,
two
hold on,
individuals that doesn't
hold on,
matter.
hold
It's
on.
the relationship
Yes.
between the two
Yes. Now-
countries.
Great.
Individuals
Yes.
are, no,
Now-
hang on, just a minute.
Yes.
Mr. Madan,
Hold on.
correct me if
Hold on.
I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. What you're trying to say is that if there is a problem with the relationship between Modi and Trump, there's a massive problem. No.
Can I just give you a response? Can I give you? So when Mr. Modi have met Trump as his capacity as Prime Minister of India, I mean they weren't school friends. They were not college friends. They came. They met in their official capacities. And in fact, it was Mr. Modi who made those.
Yeah,
kind
but
of
right
statements,
after
not
that, Mr. Trump lost
Hold
the
on.
election and Modi
Allow
was
me-
hugging Biden
so allow-
and
so
standing
allow me-
with him and walking
No.
around the stage. I mean, what are you trying to get at? I don't understand.
Rahul, I think I deserve, the same
you
amount
deserve,
of
but I'm only
time. Hold
asking
on.
you, Mr.
Hold
Madan,
on, hold
please.
on. You can't, I know, understand that. I understand these facts are a little inconvenient for you. So therefore, I get that, your
Inconvenient?
anxiety to intervene, but nevertheless, allow me
Okay.
to, finish my point.
Right.
Now, let me respond to Sushant ji here. Sushant ji is absolutely right when he says, we should be looking at our pockets. We should be looking at our national interest. If we are getting something which is cheaper, and if our, citizens, our nations are getting, something at a lesser price, we should go with that. But that's not how, foreign diplomacy work.
Oh,
At
really?
what cost? Hold on. At what cost that has happened? Now, what we have done is it's an example where you're trying to act as penny wise and pound foolish. Now, what has happened thereafter is you do a maths. The sanctions that Trump has imposed has a direct bearing on, lakhs of our, business houses here.
Okay, one
Now,
second. Now,
what
Kapil
you're
Madan,
trying to say
I
is,
understand what you're saying.
Hold on.
That
hold on.
this has
Please
cost
control your
just 1 minute.
anxiety.
You've been
Only for a
speaking now
minute.
for 7 minutes. I
Please,
just want to say
control
one
your
thing.
anxiety
What you're
only for
saying,
a minute.
Mr. Madan, I
Only
understand
for a
what
minute.
I know
No,
what you're saying. I have 4 minutes more on this segment. There
I have
is
not completed.
there is the
I have
Dr.
not-
Sumant
Rahul, I
Raman
have
also
not
coming in.
completed,
Just
so
1
therefore I
second,
can
please.
say with
Kapil
responsibility
Madan,
because
don't
I
get
don't
into
know.
this shouting match. I've got the
Rahul,
point.
I am
Let
not
me ask
shouting.
that question that you're posing.
Rahul, I am not
Arey
shouting.
bhai.
All I am saying is I am not
Rahul.
finished as yet. So therefore,
What is the
any
point
kind
you're
of
making? Can you
intervention
make the point
the
quickly?
the point I'm trying to make here is
Yes.
that you tried to bought, oil which was cheaper at that point in time. But there were, certain risks that came along with that, and you can't deny the fact that our relationship with US
Okay.
have
Has gone down the drain. So we messed up. So
And
Modi, by buying
not only
cheap
that,
oil, has messed
not
up.
only
Now, okay,
that.
now you're done. Now
No,
let me
not
just bring
only
in
that,
Dr. Raman.
Rahul.
Dr. Raman, would you like to add to this point? Can you explain why Sushant Sareen and Ayyar Mitra and everybody else is wrong? Can you please explain?
No, I think they gave a very eloquent exposition, except that they didn't answer the key question, which in fact even the MEA statement today did not answer. Have we reduced or stopped buying Russian oil? Yes or no? That was the allegation or accusation that Donald Trump made yesterday. The MEA note today did not explicitly state or answer that question. So the bottom line is, now if we are buying Russian oil and we are benefiting from it, at least there is some logic in standing up and saying that we
Kapil
are
Madan
facing the
doesn't think
sanctions.
so.
If we have not bought and we are still facing sanctions, then I mean, what does one make of that situation?
so
now,
these
my
are all
point
ifs.
is why no why is it not informed to the public through a statement whether see, the point is very clear. India will do what is in India's best interest. Nobody has an objection to that.
So then,
but are we continuing to buy or are we not?
Bhai,
I
if
mean,
it makes sense, we will buy. If it doesn't make sense, we won't
no,
buy.
but if
But what?
it makes sense, are we buy? Have we bought? Okay, let me rephrase.
Sir, what
the
difference
question.
does it make? As
Have
long
we-
as you
Yes,
and I don't
because
feel
here
the
is
pinch.
a man, here is the American president saying that we have stopped.
Okay, so
And we
here
are
is
about to give
here is a
that.
response to that. October futures, sir. October is not over. Today is not even the middle of the
Rahul,
month. No, please listen to me. By
It
the
is
end of the month,
simplest- it takes a minute to
Sir,
put out a statement
sir,
saying that
sir,
India
sir,
has reduced
sir,
its and there was a media report a month and a half back.
Trump
which
said that. Trump said, and please listen to me. Listen to the sequence. Trump says that I was told today, hey, am I allowed to break the news? He says, I was told today by Modi that I am no longer buying Russian oil. I was told today by Modi. So today,
why is it that the government has not told the
It
Indian
has,
people?
sir. It has just come out and said, I played the bite, that there was no conversation with Modi today.
Not conversation, Rahul. The
Bhai-
question is, look, whether they spoke directly to each other or not.
No,
the
but he's
bottom line
saying
is,
so.
have we stopped buying
Why is
Russian oil?
Trump lying about the call?
Arey,
If
let
there was
him-
no call,
let
there was
us-
no
let
call.
us-
Have the Americans contradicted and said, no, there was a call? No, sir.
No.
The point.
My
no,
point is, Rahul, have we stopped buying Russian oil? Why is
No,
it so
sir, we
difficult to
haven't. The
answer
data
that
I've
question?
shown you. Can you please show the data
No,
again,
you
please?
haven't. Please
I've just
put out
shown
the
you the
data.
data, sir, for
No.
October. The
The
futures
MEA did
buys.
not say that. The MEA statement did not
Arey,
say
sir,
that.
it's in the marketplace. The government's released the facts. It's on their websites. The oil
Okay.
purchasing companies have purchased Russian oil. Yes, albeit a reduced amount, but companies like
Quantity
Reliance.
has drastically come down.
Sir, but-
that is what the media
Sir,
report
but
said earlier.
Reliance and others, other big oil marketing private companies have picked up.
PSU government companies have
Yes, sir,
drastically reduced.
because they are buying now from the. Don't you know where they are buying from? Sir, they are buying from Middle East.
Absolutely.
Even though
Middle East
numbers
was
are here, I'll tell you what the numbers are of that.
Actually, the Middle East was actually making producing oil even a year ago.
So let
a year and a
me
half
tell
ago,
you
2 years
let me
ago.
tell you
They didn't
viewers,
start
here are the
producing
facts.
last month.
You see you can't skin the cat. You see, I'm just going to show you viewers. Here is the number. Russia remains the top supplier. These are numbers: 34%, Iraq 18%, Saudi Arabia around 12%, UAE 10%, and US 6.3%. At one time, US was 15%. Anyhow, Sushant Sareen, could you please respond very quickly to this gentleman Mr. Madan, who has said that by buying Russian oil, we have sacrificed the interests of a huge number of businesses. Clearly, has not even read the front page of the Times of India today or any other newspaper, which shows that China and others have bought a lot more products from us, which has neutralized the impact of these sanctions to a great and vast extent, and that the UK deal is giving us much more headroom and elbow room. Could you please explain these things to this gentleman?
I don't think I can explain anything to him because he's coming from a place where he doesn't want anything to be explained. But let me give you another analogy, hypothetical, but it has happened in other countries. Let us imagine a situation where the Chinese tourism in India was running into maybe a few million, 5, 6, 10 million Chinese tourists who actually travel in these numbers, right? And an entire infrastructure and an entire industry was built to cater to Chinese tourists. And everybody, I'm sure even Mr. Madan knows, that tourism produces the maximum number of jobs for every rupee invested. Now, if after 5 years, when this entire ecosystem for Chinese tourists is built, the Chinese tell us that either you give me Tawang or my tourists will stop coming, which means that you will lose 50 lakh jobs or they'll be in jeopardy. Should we give Tawang? Because so many people will lose their jobs.
According to Mr. Madan, yes.
Should we give Leh, Ladakh? Because so many people will lose their jobs. Is that the logic Mr. Madan is trying to sell to us? So the point is that you deal in an economy and in a globalized economy, you deal on the basis of price, on the basis of certainty, and there will be certain risks attached to any decision which you make in any industry or any other thing. Right?
I mean, if Trump can lie and he doesn't care about the India relationship, if he doesn't care about the India relationship, why should the onus only be on Modi to steer it to safer shores? Let Trump do some of the walking and the talking. No, but he hasn't, viewers. He's constantly disregarded, undercut India constantly. He slapped you with a 25% penalty. He could have put that on. He could have put that on China. He could have put that on the European Union. He could have put that on Japan. But he hasn't, viewers. So he's willing to risk ties. But we must do chamchagiri. Anyhow, we're going to move on.
And the Chinese have imposed certain restrictions on rare earths, right? They've come up with some plan.
Yes.
Now, the Americans are hurting. What are the Americans telling us? You stick with, and we have negotiated our own deal with the Chinese for rare earths coming to India. What are the Americans telling us? Now they're saying that you must stand with the free world and you must harm your own economy so that the Americans can prosper. Does Mr. Madan suggest that we damage our own industry and not take the supplies from the Chinese right now?
Anyhow, I think this.
Allow me to only respond. I think he's posed 2 questions to me, and Rahul, I should get opportunity to respond. So I feel sorry for the sense of comprehension that Mr. Sushant Sareen has, and I feel equally sorry about the students of whatever organization he has. Let me just give you an example of what I said. What I said was, let's say for an example, if you're buying a Russian oil, you're saving 100 rupees, but by way of sanctions, you're being hurted far more than 100 rupees. That's the point, simple point that I was trying to make, which I think it's very complicated.
That is what Sushant Sareen was responding to by giving you an example. In fact, he was saying that you would be harmed even more. Sir, आपने उनकी बात नहीं सुनी. ठीक है, चलो, let's move on. Viewers, in any case, viewers, the sanctions, and these are figures that have been put out by the government, and people can go to court and sue the government if they don't agree with them. They've already told you that there has been an offset. China and other countries have stepped in to buy some of our products, including the Middle East. So all those exports that were supposed to go to the United States that had begun to pinch us because of the extra tariff and cess, and the losses accrued have been offset by the purchases, by imports from China and other countries, viewers. So there is no net devastating loss. There has been a little bit of a loss, but we are working around it. I think that's that we can take on our chin. We're a big enough economy, especially when it comes to ensuring that our farmers and other important constituents of our nation are not bombarded by a one-sided trade deal. Viewers, brokers' activities held on government-owned properties and public roads based on Minister Priyank Kharge's letter to the Chief Minister Sitaramayya. Days after seeking a ban on the RSS, activities in public places IT and BT Minister Priyank Kharge seeks disciplinary action against government employees having links to RSS. And he goes on saying, viewers, from now on, you cannot do whatever you want in public places or on roads. Whatever you have to do, it has to be done after seeking the government's permission. You cannot walk on the road waving sticks or take out Pattha Sanchalana, which are marches, just by giving information to the authorities. All these things will be part of the rules we are going to introduce. Now, viewers, while Congress is planning to rain on RSS's parade, quite literally, it has no qualms, says the BJP, of counting or rather courting the political wing of the banned Islamist terror organization, the Popular Front of India, viewers. In 2024, Congress candidate M. Lakshmana, an aide to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, publicly acknowledged that the SDPI, which is the political wing of a banned terror organization, had offered tacit cooperation by not fielding a candidate against him in the Mysuru elections. In 2018, Karnataka state elections, viewers, SDPI leader Ilyas Thumbe stated that the party had a covert understanding with the Congress. In 2024, then Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee, acting President M.M. Hassan refused to reject support offered by SDPI or even admit to its radical roots. Viewers, in this country, it appears that you can court radicals, but you have to cancel a nationalist organization that stands for the unification of India, the uniform civil code that is underwritten by the Constitution and the Supreme Court of this country. Viewers, that UCC is opposed by organizations like the SDPI, something that is in the directive principles of state policy, something that the Supreme Court says India must have. The RSS stands for it, but it is being banned and cancelled because of its negative influence on society, while these organizations that have a separatist mindset and claim that they only want to be governed by their personal laws are given a free run. In fact, viewers, the government of Karnataka has gone out there to try and even lobby to extract some of these people from prison. This is the state of affairs. I want to open this up and I want to bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra and I also want to bring in Syed Asad Abbas. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, what are we seeing here?
What you're seeing here is a government that knows it's on its way out in the next election. What we're seeing here is a party leader, their national, well, he's not their president, but he's the forever president no matter how many elections he loses, who's heading for loss after loss after loss, who needs to find a scapegoat. He's found the perfect scapegoat. Like all bullies, he talks to an organization that can't talk back to him. And all the hangers-on know. Everybody knows Mr. Priyank Kharge can't win an election by himself. He needs either Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar to win an election. So he has to do the hanger-on thing. What do hangers-on do? They do chaplacy. So he will write what he has to write to show himself. This is how you get up higher up in the Congress. You look at who all Rahul Gandhi surrounds himself with. He doesn't surround himself with a single vote winner. He surrounds himself only with people who tell him what he wants to hear. This is what you're hearing. Okay? It's that simple. There is no need, this is the classic, I forget what razor it is. Never attribute to malice what you can to stupidity.
Occam's razor, yeah. Anyhow, let me just open this up. Mr. Abbas, let me ask you this.
Yes, please.
It's a common general knowledge question. I'm not going to tax your intelligence too much. Just something that everyone knows.
You can tax as much as you want
it's like a KBC. It's like a KBC question. Let me ask you, does the SDPI support, simple question, does the Social Democratic Party of India, the political wing of the banned Popular Front of India, a terrorist organization, does it support the Uniform Civil Code?
Firstly, Mr. RSS, if you allow me to address you, because those are your initials.
That's good.
Dear Mr. RSS.
It's actually not, but go ahead. It's okay. My name is Rahul Siva Sankar. It's not Siva Sankar. It's one word. But it's okay. I'll allow you, sir, to take a dig at me. It's okay. I know that is how conversations begin these days on television. But go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
And I have no problems about it. Go ahead. But I just asked you a question. Does the SDPI support the UCC?
Firstly, I think you're not aware of my standoff on SDPI or the
I don't care about
PFI.
your stand. I'm asking you.
You
Does
need
the
to- if you-
SDPI support? I'm asking you about their stand. See,
If
I'm
you
asking
care-
you.
if
Do you
you-
believe that
if-
the SDPI
if you allow me
supports
to
the
answer.
UCC? Yes or no?
If you did care about it, my stand on SDPI and PFI has always been to ban. And I
Good.
care two hoots to what SDPI thinks. I'm no representation of the
Okay.
SDPI
Okay.
or the PFI.
Okay.
Let them take a
So
flying
can
hike.
I ask you a
don't care.
question? Since you have the same views as
You
a
can
lot
ask as many
of
as you
nationalistic Indians, just tell me this. Does the SDPI support the Uniform Civil Code, sir?
It does not, which is obvious.
It does not. Okay,
See,
now just
see,
hold your
general
thoughts. Now
knowledge
let me
question,
ask you the second
general
question.
knowledge answer.
Now let me ask you the second question. Does the RSS
Saloni,
support?
Saloni, ask me
does
as
the
much as
does
you
the
want.
RSS support the UCC?
RSS, of course, supports the UCC.
Okay, now
RSS
stop. Now
wants
let me ask you the third
UCC.
question. Now let me ask you the third question. What does the Constitution, the directive principles of state policy, say about the UCC? Can you quote the Constitution directive principle?
Sir, firstly, I'm here on a debate which
Okay.
is about Karnataka and the RSS ban.
This is very much.
Why these
This is
GK
very much part of the
questions?
Karnataka debate
You know,
because viewers, I'll tell you
so
what is
all these
happening in
general knowledge
Karnataka.
questions
I'll tell you, and I
come like
started
tap,
this
tap, tap
conversation
onto
because I
me,
know
and it goes
that these
outside.
people will not have an answer, and Mr. Madan will also now spin me around.
have an answer
He's
and
going
I
to be
will
looking
give
at this
you if
little
you
red
allow me.
Constitution book to find out what it says about the UCC.
Allow
छोटी
me,
सी वो जो
allow me,
किताब जो
allow
राहुल
me.
गांधी अपने पॉकेट में रखते हैं. So let me just tell you one thing. One second, now bring
I
it
have
out.
this one.
Open it now and show me on the directive principles of state policy. Oh, that is that
now
empty
I'm
one.
gonna-
Sorry. Does it have anything written in it?
So okay, now
Okay. So 1 minute,
Now
Mr.
If
Mr.
you
Madan.
really want to read,
Mr. Madan, let me ask you.
Close-up.
Yeah.
If
So
you
let
want
me
to read,
ask you,
you
Mr.
can
Madan.
actually
Let me
read.
ask you, Mr. Madan. Does the SDPI support the UCC, which is something that is mentioned in the Constitution as a directive principle of state policy? Yes or no?
So Rahul, I don't represent this organization, so therefore I am not the right person to ask whether
See,
they support
viewers,
or whether they
now
don't
you
support.
look how
But
they
let me
distance
give you an
themselves.
answer.
This
No,
is an
no, let me give you an
organization that
answer.
the Congress
Let me
does
give you-
business with.
no,
This is
no,
an
let me give you-
organization that the
Now-
Congress's
now let me
leaders
give you
in the
an
state
answer.
of Karnataka
Now
say
let
that
me
we
give
have
you
an
an answer.
alliance with. Yet,
No,
viewers, they will
Rahul,
ban the
Rahul,
RSS.
hold on.
They will
Rahul,
cancel
hold
the
on.
RSS. Now, 1 second. I'll
Rahul,
come to you.
Rahul,
I'll come
hold
to
on.
you. They will cancel the RSS, which believes in something that is mentioned in the Constitution that Rahul Gandhi puts up every day, viewers, and waves in front of us like a red rag. This is what it is. It tells you everything. The
Can I just give you a
UCC
very
is
quick
supported by the
response?
RSS. It is the most secular, viewers, aspiration laid out by the Constitution of India. But viewers, the Congress, and once again, let me show you the data, the facts never lie. In 2024, Congress candidate N. Lakshmana, an aide to the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, publicly acknowledged that SDPI had offered tacit cooperation by not fielding a candidate against him in Mysuru elections. Then viewers, in 2024, in another neighboring state in Kerala, what happens? The Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee acting president, M.M. Hassan, what does he say? He refused to reject support offered by the Social Democratic Party, SDPI, or even admit to its radical roots. These are the people the Congress is stuffed with. They have no problems, viewers, hanging on to these organizations, giving them public space. They don't call them negative, even though these organizations don't believe in what the Constitution has laid out. Viewers, is the directive principle of state policy. This is a hypocrisy. What more can anyone tell me? Yes, Mr. Madan. Now explain, and I want to bring in the BJP national spokesperson. Yes, sir.
Yes. So I think, Madhav, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to completely, give a different spin to this, this entire story.
Okay.
Let me tell you, different departments already have internal circulars and relevant rules that prohibits that the person who is employed with that particular department should not have any kind of, political ideology when he is in office. Political activities are prohibited. And the simple logic behind that is that once you are doing your public duty, you need to do public duty, keeping your individual political, religious, or political alignments aside. You may have it. No one is saying that you should not have it, but there cannot be, while you are in your public office, while if you really want to think that you are, a politician or you should be more actively involved in political ideology or association, be it cultural, social, or whatever.
So can I ask you a
What
counter
can do is
question?
you can do
Understood.
it. You can
I've
leave
understood
and
what
you
you're
can do
saying.
that.
I think the viewers have understood. Can I ask you then, Mr. Madan?
Yeah.
You see, DK Shivkumar says that he attends RSS shakhas. Does he get covered by this? Isn't he a government servant?
So no. So he
No.
is a elected deputy CM right now.
Oh, so the
while
rules
he
don't apply.
No. I am saying when you are in public service, he is
in
now
public service. He's a deputy chief
so now,
minister.
please, can you give me a date here when he became the deputy
Sir,
CM, when he attended?
he
Give me a
himself
date.
has said that he went a few months ago.
Give me a date. Give me a date.
I'll bring
give
it
me
out.
a date.
Don't
When
get
he
hysterical.
attended, give me a date.
Okay. Don't get hysterical.
After becoming deputy
Don't get
CM, give me a date.
hysterical. I will just pull it out, sir. Give me 30
Yes,
seconds.
please do that.
Give me 30
please do that.
seconds.
I am waiting.
I'll also tell
Take
you
1
one thing,
minute.
viewers. This law has existed for years on the book, according to Mr. Madan. This is nothing new, according to Mr. Madan. Pranab Mukherjee, who was the President of India, went and shared the stage with the RSS. He was also a Congress stalwart, viewers. So by that logic, Pranab Mukherjee, if he came to Karnataka to share a stage with or the President of India came and shared a stage in Karnataka with the RSS, that person would fall foul of their duties.
No, I have not said that.
Okay.
Sharing a stage.
Let me bring in RP Singh.
By that logic, Honorable Prime Minister.
Sir, you have
he is the
denied-
Prime Minister,
you have denied
and
the
he
right-
also, be on stage with BJP
Yes.
and RSS.
So you have
Yes.
denied the right. You have denied the right, according to this diktat, for the RSS to hold any activity on government land. But viewers, when the Congress leaders themselves share a stage with SDPI, etc., then there's not a problem. How is this possible, viewers? When they take support, it's not a problem. In 2024 general elections, the Karnataka government was already in office. So then it's okay to have ideology and this, that, the other. Anyhow, RP Singh, where would you come in on this, sir?
Rahul, the fact is that Congress took support of SDPI in 2018 election and they didn't contest it. They, on record, they said, we're not going to contest 47 seats to be precise. We'll contest only 50 seats and we're leaving rest 47 in support of Congress party. I mean, there was a meeting which happened and after that meeting they said so. But Rahul, the bigger issue and I thought my friend from Congress party or my friend Kapil Madar would have probably brought this into limelight, that Article 19 protects the right, and it says the freedom of speech and expression to assemble peacefully without arms, to form associations or union, please, to form associations or union or cooperative societies, to move freely throughout India, Indian territory of India. Sorry, this applies to even the government employees.
Subject to reasonable restriction.
Huh?
Subject to reasonable restriction. And it applies.
Please, sir,
it
give me a
applies.
second, sir.
So
I
what
need it.
Mr. Madan, let him finish. He
you're a
didn't
lawyer.
interrupt you. He never interrupted you, Mr. Madan. Let him finish.
Sir, I'll appreciate. I mean, I'm reading from the Book of Constitution, not the red book which you have. I'm reading from the Book of Constitution, which states that to form association or union or cooperative societies. And this implies on the government employees also. But problem, Rahul, is that we all know there's tug of war going between Mr. DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, and everyone knows that any day Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge will be sent there as the chief minister to divert people's attention, because that has drawn a lot of attention and a lot of focus on the governance of Karnataka. The roads are in bad states and overall conditions are bad. So to divert people's attention, give me a second, I never interrupted you, Mr. Abbas. You mocked Rahul Shivshankar. You mocked Rahul Shivshankar, but I never interrupted you even then. I mean,
Okay, Paji,
please have some manners on the debate. Rahul Shivshankar can bail it, I won't. So,
okay, Paji, love you, Paji.
sir, love you, you should love Muhammad, not me. Please, you should say I love Muhammad. Please, sir, please love Muhammad. Please go love Muhammad. I have no issues.
Okay, don't interrupt him. Let him finish his point. Okay, 1 second. No, Mr. Abbas, why, sir? What is wrong with loving Muhammad? How can that be communal? Don't be silly. 1 second, Mr. Abbas. 1 second. Let the BJP national spokesperson at least make his point. Mr. Madan got time. You got time, please.
The problem is that I'm showing them the mirror. That's the problem. They can't. One can't see the face in the mirror if there are spots.
So make
the
your
fact
point.
Is Yeah, the fact is that there is tug of war going between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, and then it's in public glare now. There are ministers, there are MLAs who are part of the tug of war to divert people attention. What to do to bring this idea of banning RSS, although it won't stand in the courts also. Anyone can go to court and challenge this in the court also.
Okay.
But again, I reiterate, Article 19 gives you freedom to form societies, to be part of any association also. And RSS is not a political organization at all.
It's not even registered, viewers. It's not a registered organization.
Okay.
So I don't know what the issue is here. It is pure and simple hypocrisy. You allow the SDPI a free run in your state. Your own leaders say that we've had tacit understandings. And these are not some remote peripheral leaders. These are advisors or close aides of Siddaramaiah, the chief minister himself, who say that we took support, electoral support of the SDPI. You consort with all of them. But you have a problem with a nationalist organization that stands for the UCC, which is the most secular article of the Constitution, literally, viewers. You tell me if it's making any sense to you. It doesn't make any sense to me. But let's move on, because what we're going to tell you now is not going to make sense to anyone, viewers. Only perhaps the Congress, the India bloc. You won't believe what is happening. Viewers, Lalu Prasad Yadav has fulfilled his long-standing promise to the family of late convicted murderer and RJD leader Mohammad Shahabuddin. RJD has announced Osama Shahab, son of convicted and notorious Don, as its official candidate from Raghunathpur constituency in Siwan district. Now, who is Mohammad Shahabuddin, viewers? Why is his crime legacy being rewarded? That's the man with a bunch of his armed goons. He was known as the Don of Siwan. He's convicted for a double murder in 2004. Sentenced to life imprisonment by the Supreme Court. Why he murdered two people? Because they refused to pay extortion money to him. Two brothers. Murder of a witness in the same case. They threw acid on those victims, murdered them, and the witness Rajiv Roshan was also murdered by him in 2014. Viewers, he was again convicted in the kidnapping and murder in 1999, which he carried out, to life imprisonment for a CPI-ML activist Chotelal Gupta. Assault on a police officer in 1996. He fired shots at IPS officer S.K. Singh. Anyhow, his entire fact sheet, viewers, is very long. Anyone who has lived in Bihar long enough would today be shocked at this decision. While all parties in Bihar have given tickets to candidates who are tainted, and I'm not saying anyone is on a pedestal, but reinstating Shahabuddin's legacy is a particularly brazen act of rewarding crime, and the BJP is not holding back. Ravi Shankar Prasad says, what message are you sending? You want to bring the same fear back in Bihar. Tejasvi Yadav is saying they want to create a new Bihar. So how will you do it with such a face? The facts raise some questions. Is the India bloc rewarding the legacy of crime just for vote bank politics? And by handing a Don's son a ticket, is the India bloc trivializing heinous crime? And I want to go straight across to Mr. Madan. Mr. Madan, I think you're there with us. Shun whataboutery, but I want to ask you, sir. Are you trivializing the gravity of crimes committed by Mr. Mohammad Shahabuddin by rewarding his legatee with a ticket to stand on? What is he going to say? This is what I bring to the table. Murders. What has he got to show for himself except for his surname? And his surname is associated with heinous crime.
Rahul, now what you're trying to say, you've chosen a word called legatee because he himself is not accused or he's not convicted for any kind of a crime, but you're trying to draw association that because he is his son, so therefore he is legatee. I just ask a very simple, straightforward question here. How many elected MPs and MLAs of BJP have their criminal cases on them? You please answer that question.
Yeah, it's 16% in Bihar.
I am asking overall in terms of
it's about 33% MPs.
33% of the MPs
and Congress is
have criminal.
and Congress is very much no.
Now,
But
hold
what
on,
is this?
hold on,
No,
hold
hang
on.
on.
No,
So
no,
you're
hold on,
saying
hold on.
whataboutery?
I
Unka
am
ho gaya
not
to hum
doing
bhi.
a whataboutery. I am talking numbers. I am talking facts, and I know you
I
are
have conceded it
appreciating facts.
already. I have said that
So
parties have criminal
now
candidates.
Now, for example, if a person commits an offense, I am with you. If a person commits an offense, should his, son or a family member should be, debarred for any offense
So,
committed by any
Mr.
of his
Madan,
family
let me
members?
ask you a question.
So
You see,
I'm asking a
politics is
simple
about.
question.
Okay, listen
I'm
to
asking
me.
a simple question.
I'll
Now
answer
you
that
have
question.
30% of people who are facing criminal charges vis-a-vis someone who is related
I
to
agree.
someone who
I
is
understand
accused.
with you. Why should you punish somebody who's a brother, son, father of a criminal? That's what you're saying, right, Mr. Madan?
Also, I'm saying that the BJP does not have any moral high ground on this count.
Fine.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So you are still bothered about how the BJP is judging you. Will you look at
No,
it?
I am bothered about the fact that,
Sir, let me speak.
I am bothered
You
about
ask
the
me some
fact
questions, now you want the answers or you don't?
Okay, go on.
You asked me a question, so let me give you the answer. And we have the BJP, the RP Singh, he can defend his party. All I'm going to tell you, viewers, is the following things. Politics is about morality also and perception. Forget the BJP for a moment. You say you want to bring change. You want to do exactly what the BJP is not doing. The BJP has 15% tickets which have been given to criminals. Why do you want to trump them, viewers? Why do you want to trump the BJP? You should say, I will not give even one ticket to a criminal. I'll show you how different I am, because it's the people and their perception that matters. Morality also means something. Legally, viewers, legally, it may not be a crime. What is a crime? But that same boy is going to go out there who's got this ticket and he's going to say, I am the son of Muhammad Shahabuddin. Otherwise, what really is his claim to fame? He's got it because he's the son, and it is Lalu Prasad who has come out and clearly said, this is not Rahul Shivshankar saying it. It's not the RSS saying it. I'll tell you, viewers, Lalu Prasad has said, मैंने अपने दोस्त का ऋण उतार दिया. I have given what I want to. I have, his exact words are, my long-standing promise to the family, I have gone and honored. These are his words, not mine. That means the family, viewers. You cannot separate Osama Shahab from his father, even in the eyes of Lalu. So he's given the ticket because he has a surname, Shahabuddin. What does that surname represent, viewers, today? It's simple as that. I'm not going to make any more points, but BJP, RP Singh, national spokesperson, replies to Kapil Madan, you have no leg to stand on. You also have 15% MLAs that have tainted records, etc., etc.
Well, Kapil Madan was just now saying that his son has no role to play. His son has no legacy of Shahabuddin, and Mr. Lalu Yadav was given a ticket because of his brilliance and his career, and he being a young chap.
I never said that. I never said. I think Mr. Singh was not in the debate, or he was not listening, because I never said that. But nevertheless,
you said you were trying to. Okay. I rephrase. You were trying to say that. Okay, why should Shahabuddin's legacy be pasted on his son? Okay, something like that. Even not that.
I never said that. Also,
he said that. He said, sir. He said exactly. He said, why are you judging the son by his father's crimes?
So therefore,
why are you judging his son from his father's crimes?
No, that's not what my point. But nevertheless, let's.
So what was your point? That's what you said. You asked me, is it wrong to give the brother or a father or a son of a criminal a ticket?
Mr. Singh is a very respected, spokesperson, and he's senior to us. So let's give him a third chance.
No.
Bizarre.
See, you can. Anyhow. I'm sure, Kapil. I know it is not a quote of Rahul Shivshankar. When you're in TV debate, everything is recorded, and today courts are also on record because of the internet facilities and all that you're starting the court now. But fact is that just recently, a fortnight back, or probably a little more than fortnight, in a public meeting, Shahabuddin Jindabad was chanted by no less than Mr. Tejasvi Yadav and team.
My God.
And Srimuddin Jindabad. So it is the, and then Mr. Lalu Yadav is saying that ye maine apna karja utar diya. I paid my debt to Shahabuddin. No, as if Shahabuddin has protected them or helped them in that gang operations which used to happen in Patna, where Chief Minister office was used to settle accounts for the gangsters.
Well, what do you expect, viewers? I mean, Tejasvi Yadav himself is the son of a convict, corruption convict. Who's enjoying the largesse that Mr. Lalu Yadav earned from his crimes, which he's been convicted for? Do you think Tejasvi, viewers, has done a day's work where he earns a salary? No, viewers. How is he living off? What is he living off? Ask yourself these questions when you go out there to
300 crore
vote.
rupees house in New Friends Colony.
Well, how did he get it? How did he get it, viewers? His father has gone to prison and been found guilty of 5 crimes. There's another case in which the court has charged him. All these people, viewers, are living off what? I take a short break. We're right back with an important update. Viewers, frightening situation in the Union capital.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
But the other top story, of course, is the battle for Bihar. Well, fast-paced developments taking place with the first phase of the nomination now ending. It's just 24 hours really left to go for this, for the first phase nomination deadline to end. Now, the BJP obviously has moved ahead. It's released its third and final list. The JDU has also released its candidate list. In the Mahagathbandhan, the Congress has named 12 candidates. The opposition bloc is yet, however, to announce their seat-sharing formula. We are learning that Congress and the CPI are eyeing the same seats in Begusarai, which is what is delaying the announcement. And also the fact that no meeting has yet been held between the top leaders of the Mahagathbandhan. In a fresh setback for the opposition, Pashupati Paras, the party RLJP, will be contesting elections in an alliance with overseas party AIMIM in Bihar. NDA is all geared up. Suspense, however, continues within the opposition camp as far as the seat-sharing final formula is concerned. Let's listen in to all the reactions, and I'm going to go across to my colleague, Shireen.
बिहार की एनडीए सरकार ने हाल में जो महिला रोजगार योजना शुरू की है, उससे बहनें बहुत खुश हैं। बिहार की 1 करोड़ 20 लाख बहनों के खाते में हर एक बहन को 10,000 रुपए भेजे जा चुके हैं। आप इन बहनों से मिलिए, आप इन बहनों को ये जरूर बताइए कि ये पैसा सिर्फ एक बार की मदद नहीं है, ये नया रोजगार करने का प्रोत्साहन है और अब ये पैसों के मालिक वही है। आप उन्हें बताइए कि इस पैसे से वो जो काम शुरू करेगी उसे आगे बढ़ाने के लिए और उस काम को देख करके हम और भी मदद करने वाले हैं।
लगातार 2 बार से राघोपुर की जनता जो है हम पर भरोसा की है और जनता जो है मालिक है और ये तीसरी बार जो है हमने नामांकन जो है राघोपुर से की है। बेरोजगारी को जड़ से हमको मिटाना है, बिहार को आगे ले जाना है। लोग त्रस्त हो चुके हैं भ्रष्टाचार से, अपराध से। अब बिहार जो है अपराध मुक्त, भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त प्रदेश बनना चाहता है।
रणनीतिक रूप से जो बिगड़ी हुई चीज थी अब बन रही है क्या?
मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि स्थिति स्पष्ट नजर आती है। भाजपा ने सभी उम्मीदवार घोषित कर दिए, एनडीए के उम्मीदवारों की घोषणा हो गई, लेकिन महागठबंधन में जूते चप्पल चल रहे हैं, कपड़े फाड़े जा रहे हैं, मार पिटाई हो रही है। लालू प्रसाद यादव मुर्दाबाद के नारे लग रहे हैं, कांग्रेस के प्रभारी को पीटा जा रहा है, कहीं कुछ और चल रहा है। तो एक तरफ से एनडीए आगे बढ़ रही नजर आ रही है, दूसरी ओर आपसी उलझनों में फंसकर महागठबंधन रह गया।
Viewers, Delhi's air quality plunges to hazardous levels with AQI crossing the 500 mark. Despite GRAP-1 pollution curbs, the Supreme Court has permitted the sale and bursting of green crackers in Delhi and the adjoining NCR region from October 18th through the 21st. The court said firecrackers can be burst only between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. on 2 days, the day before Diwali and on the day of the festival. BJP welcomed the Supreme Court's decision to allow the use of green firecrackers in Delhi during Diwali and blamed the former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's government for being anti-Hindu. But viewers, today they will have to ensure from here on that they are pro-people and not anti-people by curbing pollution overall.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
But the other top story, of course, is the battle for Bihar. Well, fast-paced developments taking place with the first phase of the nomination now ending. It's just 24 hours really left to go for the first phase nomination deadline to end. Now, the BJP obviously has moved ahead. It's released its third and final list. The JDU has also released its candidate list. In the Mahagarbandhan, the Congress has named 12 candidates. The opposition bloc is yet, however, to announce their seat-sharing formula. We are learning that Congress and the CPI are eyeing the same seats in Begusarai, which is what is delaying the announcement. And also the fact that no meeting has yet been held between the top leaders of the Mahagarbandhan. In a fresh setback for the opposition, Pashupati Paras, the party RLJP, will be contesting elections in an alliance with overseas party AIMIM in Bihar. NDA is all geared up. Suspense, however, continues within the opposition camp as far as the seat-sharing final formula is concerned. Let's listen in to all the reactions, and I'm going to go across to my colleague Shireen.
बिहार की एनडीए सरकार ने हाल में जो महिला रोजगार योजना शुरू की है, उससे बहनें बहुत खुश हैं। बिहार की 1 करोड़ 20 लाख बहनों के खाते में हर एक बहन को 10,000 रुपए भेजे जा चुके हैं। आप इन बहनों से मिलिए, आप इन बहनों को ये जरूर बताइए कि ये पैसा सिर्फ एक बार की मदद नहीं है, ये नया रोजगार करने का प्रोत्साहन है और अब ये पैसों के मालिक वही है। आप उन्हें बताइए कि इस पैसे से वो जो काम शुरू करेगी उसे आगे बढ़ाने के लिए और उस काम को देख करके हम और भी मदद करने वाले हैं।
लगातार 2 बार से राघोपुर की जनता जो है हम पर भरोसा की है और जनता जो है मालिक है और ये तीसरी बार जो है हमने नामांकन जो है राघोपुर से की है। बेरोजगारी को जड़ से हमको मिटाना है, बिहार को आगे ले जाना है। लोग त्रस्त हो चुके हैं भ्रष्टाचार से, अपराध से। अब बिहार जो है अपराध मुक्त, भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त प्रदेश बनना चाहता है।
रणनीतिक रूप से जो बिगड़ी हुई चीज थी अब बन रही है क्या?
मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि स्थिति स्पष्ट नजर आती है। भाजपा ने सभी उम्मीदवार घोषित कर दिए, एनडीए के उम्मीदवारों की घोषणा हो गई, लेकिन महागठबंधन में जूते चप्पल चल रहे हैं, कपड़े फाड़े जा रहे हैं, मार पिटाई हो रही है। लालू प्रसाद यादव मुर्दाबाद के नारे लग रहे हैं, कांग्रेस के प्रभारी को पीटा जा रहा है, कहीं कुछ और चल रहा है। तो एक तरफ से एनडीए आगे बढ़ रही नजर आ रही है, दूसरी ओर आपसी उलझनों में फंसकर महागठबंधन रह गया है और यहाँ तक कि दलितों का अपमान सीधे रूप में नजर आता है। पहले लालू प्रसाद यादव जी ने अंबेडकर जी के
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. Will India stop buying Russian oil? Donald Trump has made a big claim. He says Prime Minister Modi assured him that India would stop buying Russian oil. So tonight we look at the numbers and New Delhi's response to this claim. Also, how China's chokehold on rare earths is hurting Indian manufacturers while Beijing is complaining about New Delhi at the World Trade Organization. Meanwhile, Trump is matching the rhetoric with military moves in the Caribbean. Will he attack Venezuela? What is the Syrian leader, the new Syrian president, what is he doing in Russia? We're decoding Putin's West Asia reset. And the trend of Gen Z protests from Nepal to Madagascar. Why is the youth angry and toppling governments? Why is China cracking down on the church? How India's Diwali gifting market is evolving with the times and technology? Are protein powders unsafe for you? A new investigation finds high lead content. What's the new super vaccine that promises to cure cancer? And what's the curse of 35? All this and more lined up. The headlines first. Bangladesh's prosecution lawyers demand the death penalty for Sheikh Hasina. The former Prime Minister is being tried in absentia. Hasina has defied court orders to return from India.